Hello everyone. This video message is for those who at some point of time might consider applying in Erudite for the teaching placement, teaching position. It basically answers two questions which usually most of the candidate asks. Number one, what would be the salary that the school is going to provide? And number two, how much time they should devote in school, Erudite school. Now, before answering these two questions, let me ask certain questions to you, dear to-be candidates. Number one, do you know how much salary a fresher gets whenever they join any of the corporate sector or any business with zero skills? Usually what happens, I can just give my example. Whenever I completed my master's degree, I had just simply the qualification, that means my mark sheet, my degree and all this that I had, and I had very little bookish knowledge. That too also what I could retain out of what has been taught to me. Now, having said it, there are so many different kind of people. Many of them simply prepare for good result so that no they can have that 55% marks or 60% marks to sit in certain examinations. Now, with all these underlying circumstances, don't you think like the subject matter knowledge, whatever candidate comes with to us, is very limited, very limited to only the things which they could retain out of what they have acquired so far, not acquired, whatever they have come across so far. Now, with this limited subject matter knowledge, you suggest me what should be the salary that we should be providing to these new candidates, to the freshers. So, only qualification, a certificate, plus little bit of bookish knowledge, that also prepared for the examination purpose. Now, why I'm saying that, like whenever graduate and postgraduate people come to our school, they find it very difficult to deal with class 6, 7 standard. Then we think sometime, how come they are graduate? How come they are postgraduate? Not all, not all. Let me tell you here, not all. The people who are really very good, they are already in our school and they are working very nicely. Now, having said that, you see, why I'm pointing out this, like one has to keep the expectation of salary based upon proportionate to what he or she has honestly. Because in 3 movies we have seen one thing: don't run after money, don't run after success. Excellence. Okay, excellence. Try to excel your potentialities. Try to excel what you have. Then you see money will follow you. So that is my first answer. So here in Erudite, to all the freshers who work here full-time basis, we provide 10,000 as a salary, fixed salary, plus 700 rupees as food allowance, so that now they can bring something, a tiffin box from their home. So that is what we provide, this 10,700. Now coming to the second question, like what is the working hour here in Erudite? So folks, let me tell you, here one has to come 7:20 in the morning and they stay up to 4 o'clock. You can say almost 8.5 hours they stay here in school. Now why? Answer is very simple. You see, maybe you have also noticed when you are also a student, and when you join, you'll also admit the fact that no teacher can justify doing all the school related work within the school hour of 6 hours or 6.5 hours, which almost all the schools in our neighborhood have. Now, having said that, you see, it is not only like taking a book, reading what is there in the book and going inside the classroom and lecturing and coming out and correcting certain copies in whatever manner. Teaching is beyond, let me tell you, folks. Teaching is beyond. It is much, much more than what we see. It is not chalk and talk. It is not creating melodramatic sequence inside the classroom. It is only not conversing with the children. There are many things which are to be learned. And let me tell you, there are four evaluation cycle. Okay, we have two formative assessments and two terminal assessments, including PA1, PA2, half yearly and final four assessment. Now, the demand of all these four evaluation cycle, the four evaluation cycle of the assessments are entirely different, folks. So now all the freshers whosoever join your school, they have to go through a rigorous training. They have to learn every single time in all the different evaluation cycles because the demands are different. When we are in the beginning of an evaluation cycle, we are preparing the syllabus, we are preparing the plans, and we are moving ahead with those things. When we are towards the end of the evaluation cycle, then we have to prepare the papers, we have to take revision tests, we have to conduct certain activities, and so on and so forth. So it is throughout the year there are so many things that happens. So a fresher, as I said, a fresher, or maybe a person who has experience but is fresher to our school will have to take full 1 year tenure to learn all these things seriously. No matter how much educated, how much qualified, how much skilled one person is in one organization, when he or she joins some other organization to learn the ethos, he has to go through the full academic cycle. And here, this 2 to 4, the additional 2 hours which we give our teachers, we make it sure that they prepare for the next day. You see, just give 8 hours to us, 8.5 hours to us, and rest. That is your life. And that is how it is so in all the corporate sectors, be it the banking sector, be it any sector you go. Even my younger brother, he is in the United States, he works around 9 to 10 hours. It's not that this is how corporate sector works. I just do not understand how certain schools wind up all the things by 6 hours, because 5 classes they have to take. As per CBC norms, one has to take 6 periods out of 8 periods. If somebody takes 6 period class or 5 period class, remaining 3 periods, he or she cannot correct the copies of all the children, and not to mention about making plan for the next day, making worksheets, making presentation, other things. So 2 to 4 teachers, after having lunch, because that's 700 extra we give, they bring in their lunch from their home, and then we make it sure like they are well prepared for the next day. So that is the meaning of this additional 2 hours of stay with us. All the freshers, you must go through this training. I personally believe freshers, when I say who are fresher towards school, maybe who never been into teaching, so we prepare them. Actually, we teach them what is teaching, what is lesson plan. There are so many B.Ed colleges and DLED institutions, even they also teach. But what we teach here, folks, is something which is very, very grounded, which is very pragmatic, which we are going to use inside the classrooms. And for that, support is needed. It is much beyond all those theoretical things. And let me tell you, if one doesn't go through all these things, he or she is of no use to us or to any educational institution. So that is my answer to the question, what is the salary? So because we are taking a person who is fresher, we give 10,000 plus 700, because that is what we can give at the most. Who stays full working hours? In full working hour, starting from the beginning till 1:40, they stay at school, they do the classes, they do the corrections, work 1:40, the school winds up, the children goes home. Then from 1:40 till 2:15, they get a lunch break of 2 Yes, 35 minutes. And within these 35 minutes, whosoever brought tiffin box, lunch box, they have the food here. And some of them who are very close by using their scooters, they go, they have their food home or maybe in some hotels and restaurants, and they come back. And trust me, now in Erudite, we are a team of 42 people, and most of them are working on full-time basis and they're happy and satisfied. So mindset, it is all about mindset. And we have different team members. Our admin core team members, they even stay beyond 4 hours, and we do not tell them to stay, folks. They stay with us. One of our admin team member told me, sir, till 4 p.m. we support others. We do not learn anything. Whatever we do is very, very routine, very, very clerical. We learn only after everybody goes, when we sit down, we talk with each other, we share our experiences and we learn. So, folks, aspirants, whosoever wants to apply in Erudite for a teaching position or any position, please come well prepared. Be a learner. Don't run after money. Don't be so miser, wasting your time in polishing you. If you want, if you're sincere enough, you're dedicated enough, if you're confident enough, we are certainly going to support you. And once you acquire all these things, you need not worry. Everybody knows we pay really good to the teachers who are working here since long. But as a fresher, as I said, fresher here means two things. Fresher, you never taught in entire life, or maybe you are taking some tuitions or you have some experience in some other schools. We regard everyone as fresher because you have to go through our training. And full academic cycle means 1 year. One has to go through. And after one academic cycle, we decide what is the next revision that has to be done. So with that, I'm signing off. I hope that we are going to be blessed with more good candidates. And along with that, let me tell you, here in Erudite, we are going to begin NEET coaching classes. And let me tell you, when you will see our NEET coaching classes and the teachers who are going to teach them, you will understand what is quality, what is the subject matter knowledge that I was referring to. These teachers are ruthless folks, ruthless. They are just so well prepared, so humble, so down to earth, so professional. And we want to build up such a team of Erudite for our place called Karbi Arlong. And please join us. Only those who really want to do something, who wants to earn proportionate to their skills, not to their piece of qualification and whatever little bit subject matter knowledge that they could acquire or retain after attending their formal education. Thank you.